My wife ignored me at the party until her friend whispered, "You're mine tonight." Wife panicked when reality hit. Last month was our company holiday party at the downtown hotel. My wife Lisa and I had been going through a rough patch for about 6 months. We weren't fighting exactly, but we felt like strangers living in the same house. She'd been spending more time with her coworker Kevin from the marketing department. They'd grab lunch together, text constantly, and she'd mention his name in every conversation. I tried bringing it up, but she'd always say they were just friends, and I was being paranoid. The night of the party, Lisa spent 2 hours getting ready. She wore this red dress I'd never seen before and did her makeup differently. When I complimented her, she barely acknowledged me. We arrived at the hotel ballroom around 7. The second we walked in, Kevin appeared out of nowhere. He hugged Lisa way too long and completely ignored me standing right there. Lisa's whole face lit up when she saw him. For the next 3 hours, I might as well have been invisible. Lisa was glued to Kevin's side, laughing at everything he said, touching his arm when she talked. They were dancing, sharing drinks, acting like a couple. I spent most of the night talking to my buddy Dan from accounting, but I kept watching them. Other people were starting to notice too. I could see coworkers whispering and looking in their direction. Around 10:30, I was getting another beer when I overheard Kevin talking to his friend Marcus by the bar. "Dude, tonight's the night," Kevin was saying. "I booked a room upstairs. Lisa doesn't know yet, but I'm going to tell her we're not going home with her husband tonight." My stomach dropped. I realized this wasn't just an emotional affair anymore. Kevin was planning to make his move tonight in front of everyone. I watched from across the room as Kevin walked back over to Lisa. She was standing near the dance floor, looking a little tipsy from the wine. Kevin leaned close to her ear and whispered something. I couldn't hear what he said, but I saw Lisa's reaction. Her smile completely vanished. She stepped back from him, looking confused and scared. Kevin kept talking, probably explaining his plan about the hotel room. Lisa's eyes went wide and she started shaking her head. She looked around the ballroom like she was seeing it for the first time. That's when it hit her. She realized that everyone at the party had been watching them all night. Her boss, my coworkers, people we'd known for years. She understood how obvious their behavior had been. Kevin grabbed her hand and started pulling her toward the elevator. Lisa planted her feet and yanked her hand away. She said something sharp to him that made his face go red. Then she did something that shocked everyone. She walked straight across the dance floor to where I was standing and grabbed my arm. "We need to go home right now," she whispered. Her voice was shaking. I looked over at Kevin, who was standing by the elevator looking furious and embarrassed. People were definitely staring now. We left without saying goodbye to anyone. The car ride home was completely silent. Lisa stared out the window the whole time, and I could tell she was crying. When we got to our house, she finally broke down. "I almost ruined everything," she sobbed. "Kevin told me he'd booked a hotel room. He said I was his tonight and that you'd just have to deal with it." That's when I realized how far this had gone. She explained that what started as innocent friendship had slowly escalated. Kevin had been telling her I didn't appreciate her, that she deserved better, that he understood her in ways I never could. But when he said, "You're mine tonight," like he owned me, I snapped back to reality. I saw myself through everyone else's eyes. I was the office scandal, the married woman making a fool of herself and humiliating her husband. Lisa quit her job the following Monday. She said she couldn't face the gossip and didn't trust herself around Kevin. It was a huge pay cut for our family, but she insisted. We started marriage counseling that same week. It's been 2 months now, and we're slowly rebuilding trust. Lisa blocked Kevin on everything and has been completely transparent about her phone and social media. The hardest part was realizing how close we came to losing everything. If Kevin hadn't been so aggressive that night, if he'd been more subtle about his intentions, Lisa might have gone through with it. Sometimes one moment of clarity can save a marriage. Lisa says hearing "You're mine tonight" made her realize she didn't belong to anyone except herself, and that she'd been letting Kevin manipulate her for months. We're not completely back to normal yet, but we're working on it. The party was a wake-up call that we both needed, even though it almost destroyed us in the process.